The storms have passed and the boots have dried, mostly. After a week of chaos, courage and questionable camping, the Wandering Hobbits are down to their final miles on the East Highland Trail. Day 7 brings calm skies and cold toes, one last night beneath the stars, and the pride of knowing that they've nearly made it. On day 8, after 134 kilometres of wind, rain, rivers and resilience, the journey comes full circle. Not with a fanfare, but with the family, laughter and the wag of a tail. From wild winds to warm welcomes, this is the grand finale of the Wandering Hobbits' Highland adventure.
So this is where we stayed last night. Absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. Red House Bothy, 10 out of 10. I think I said it last night, but it wasn't as clear on audio. It was windy. We'd had an horrendous night up at Corra. Tents collapsed on us, it was blowing a hoolie. Trekking pole tents are good, but way too strong wind for them. So we struggled, we didn't get a lot of sleep. I don't think I got above an hour. Tony said he didn't get much more. We didn't eat, which I know we should have done, but it was chucking it down and windy, just couldn't be bothered. We'd done a longer day than we thought we were going to do. So by the time we got here last night and it was blowing again, I thought we're in trouble. And we spotted this. I'd forgotten about it on other videos. So lifesaver, absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. This is where it's situated. At least I can show you now because it's not raining and windy and dark. We've got less than 20 miles to do. We've stopped earlier and we're going to do it over 2 days. As I say, we've got a B&B booked. So we're just going to total in nice and steady. We were going to stop at the fountain every time. The waterfall and the bridge where other people have camped because it looks beautiful. But I think we're just going to stop there and take some photos and have a coffee and probably get a bit further on and look for a wild camping spot. And then tomorrow into Blair. So looking forward to seeing Mrs B and the dogs and Lozzie. Absolutely missing home comforts at the moment. But in a hard sort of way, I've loved it. We've had us wobbles, haven't we, Tony?
We have indeed.
Tony struggled night 1. I struggled into Aviemore. Putting insoles in my boots has made a right difference. So yeah, it's been fabulous. Second half much better than first, even though the weather's been bad. I found the first hard work 'cause we were on this sort of track all the time, but it was still nice. And unfortunately, the best day we had bad weather, so we were a bit unlucky there. So yes, loving it. We're going to do about 9 miles today, 9 miles tomorrow, and then we're going home. And I'm looking forward to that as well. So let's crack on. Yeah. Ooh. We have a problem, Houston. Fucking hell, how deep? Not good! We've been going about 15 minutes and we're back at the bothy, trying to find somewhere to cross this bloody river. So we've decided we're just going to go back to where we started from and get wet. We've walked up and down and there's no easy way across. And I can't be bothered taking my boots off to put my Crocs on. So we're going to get wet feet by the looks of it again. If I can take 1 foot sheep, we'll do it again. Right, so lesson to be had, 15 minutes in, still at the bloody bothy. We're going for it. So this is the river crossing, where I think we're going to get bloody wet. And that's where we're heading. Look at them views, stunning. Right, get wet time. I'm not videoing it because I need to put my camera away. This is where we've come from. It's taken us an hour to do just shy of a mile, struggling to cross the bloody rivers. Boy, do I wish it had been a summer's day and not as, in places it was nearly knee deep if you fell in, so it's been a struggle. But we've done it, and we're on his way, and you look behind you and it's just fantastic. And we'll pan us round. There. And this is where we're heading. Looking forward to these next 2 days. Relatively steady, not in a rush. And weather seems fairly promising for this time of year. So we'll crack on a bit. We've got a bit of time to make up now. We're cracking on and views are beautiful. Track's beautiful. It's a little bit boggy here, but they've put logs in. We'll get through it all right, no worries. Looking forward to getting to the waterfall now. So let's crack on a bit, yet again. So, couldn't film it, and I forgot to mention it. Some kind driver gave us a lift over one at river crossings on back of his trailer. Very nice of him. He was a very nice man. In the words of the AA advert, he was a very, very nice man. We enjoyed that, didn't we, mate? And Tony slicked his hair back this morning with some water, very suave. And wind's blowing it about now. But it's looking promising. Hopefully we're not too far from Waterfall and we can get some drone footage if this bloody wind drops. Right, crack on. Me and Tony's having a right old hazy moment. We're discussing philosophies. I'm not going to say what about because it's just not to be thrown out there, but we're having a right old debate. I won't say we're not agreeing, but we're not fully agreeing. Loddon will understand this. 1's 1, 0, 0. Tony's saying. But I don't think I've seen a much nicer view than that. It would just be made better with some sun shining down valley. It'd be even better. Talking of that, look, it's just starting to lighten up. Cheers, mucker. There we go. So hopefully we'll get to the waterfall soon. So it's a bit of a standing joke with me and Mrs B. We are definitely in the Valley of Gwanja. And now she'll do some silly animations over at top and take mickey out of me. But there you go, Morley, the Valley of Gwanja. It's beautiful. Let's just hope a big Tyrannosaurus Rex don't come running down and eat us both like a mother in T-Rex. Hey, it's a bit of a sketchy bit. Really, really slippy and slidey. This path's beautiful, but we've seen a guy cycle up here and we're just in awe of how the heck's he done it. But this is a beautiful valley, gotta say. The Valley of Gwanja is beautiful. So, yeah, onward. We stopped, the reason it's taking us so long to get to the waterfall, not that you guys know that, but it is, it's because we stopped to fly the drone. So we've got some drone footage. We had a bit of an accident with drone. That's another story. And we stopped and had a bit of dinner. So we're taking it nice and steady. We only want to get another 4-5 mile off today maximum. So we're not in a rush at all. We're going to do another wild camp and then tomorrow we're going to plod into Blair and we're finished. Can't wait. Looking forward to it all. Looking forward to a pint and a meal in pub. So just thought we'd show you a path. That's where we're heading. ciao for now. So I know a few people will recognise this spot, especially when they slept and camped here, but this is just beautiful. Absolutely. We were going to camp here tonight, but because of how the days have all been broken up, we're going to go a little bit further in, and unlike Kerry's gang, we are going to stop before we get to Blair Athol. You watch, we'll end up bloody getting there. This is just unbelievable. You know, beautiful bridge. I'm going to take you for a walk up the bridge to look at the waterfall, and I think we're going to have another 20 minutes sat here. We were going to send drone up, but it's blustery as hell, so we're a bit doubtful. This bridge was erected in 1886. Wow. And look at this, absolutely beautiful. I can see why people camp here. It's a little bit early in the day for us, but perfect wild camping spot. Everything going for it. Great views, fantastic water source, fantastic bridge, little bit of shelter. It's just perfect. Wow. This is what it's all about. One of the highlights of the walk, I'd say, this as in views. Amazing. So we've just left the waterfall and we're just going to crack a few miles off now and find a campsite. Loving using the microphone. Now I've found it, lost it, found it, lost it. It's been the bane of my life as this microphone on this trip. Probably been bane on Tony's and all, trying to hold it while we're looking for it. So here we have the views, here we've got Tony smiling away, and this is where we've travelled. So we're going to crack a few more miles off and hopefully find somewhere to camp. I'm sure we will. Onwards. So we've cracked on a little bit from the waterfall. Not overly far, but the views, they're just absolutely surreal. It's amazing. We've seen lots of flat spots where we could camp. There's a nice one over there if we've got a dinghy to sit in. But no, there's lots of flat spots to camp, so we're not panicking. We're just trying to get ourselves down to sub 10 tomorrow, or 10ish, just for the ease. Next decent camp spot we find, tents will be going up. But it is lovely, absolutely unbelievable. Onwards to the finish line, well, to camp, and then tomorrow, finish line, yay! So yeah, we've carried on walking from the waterfall. It's just a long stony path, but this valley is absolutely beautiful. And them 4 sheep have followed us for that last 1.5 miles, 2 miles. If they're the same 4 sheep, but it is quite coincidental. We've only seen 4 sheep and they're there again. 3 days. Oh, there's 5, it can't be them, or they've gained. There's 6. There's 7, they're all coming over at Browett Hill. Sorry, this is really boring footage. Right, so this is where we're heading. It's beautiful, sun's still quite high. We're wanting a camping spot, and there is a few. I'm just looking for somewhere a bit sheltered now, because after other night, I'll be honest with you, I'm quite shit scared about going in my fucking tent. And that's not lying. So, next camping spot we find what's a little bit sheltered, tents are going up because we're tiring now. So we've arrived at his final campsite, absolutely cracky little spot, apart from just at top of this little mound here, there's around about 20 Duke of Edinburgh kids with 1 teacher. Hopefully they're not going to have a party tonight or we're in frigging big trouble. So we just come off at track and we've got a nice water source, plenty of water there. And as I say, this is where we're at. It's a little bit chilly, but hey, that's this time of year. So we've got the kettle on now. We're going to have a coffee and some chilli, homemade dehydrated chilli, which I'm really looking forward to. Been a bloody fantastic walk, can't knock it. I'm knackered. I think for me, having more to the end's far better than the first part. I still think it's a cracking walk. I would recommend anybody to do it. Physicality wise, we've done really well. We were unlucky with the weather, especially at the bothy. It was horrendous when it nearly flattened us tents. But other than that, I think it's been a great walk. It's not my final vlog off in this, but I just thought I'd let you know while I'm thinking. We've managed to get us tents up. Got a little bit of damage to my Durston the other night, so I can't quite get it up as I'd like, but it's good enough. As I say, this is where we're camping. Tony drinking coffee. I need to go get mine before it goes cold, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Good night for now. So, campsite left, leaving no trace as always. We've got a lovely morning, at least it's not raining. So, leaving his little campsite, on his way to Blair Athol, looking forward to a proper coffee and a hot meal. What a great walk. Let's get this last day done. On our way. So we've left this campsite, we're just tootling down this track. Beautiful scenery again, coming up to a forest. But I've got to say, on this walk, be prepared for a lot of this sort of track. Quite hard underfoot. No complaints, I've loved the walk, I've really enjoyed it. But there is a lot of stone track. Be warned, people, you need comfy shoes and you definitely need insoles, unlike me for the first half. So yeah, lovely. Looking forward to getting to Blair Athol and hopefully a cup of coffee. So maybe a sneaky pint depending how early we get in. We shall see. So we've headed down from the campsite. As I said, we're just plodding, we're taking in all the views and scenery. You know, look at this, I hope it shows up. Amazing waterfall. cascading down side of the hillside, and we're just walking down into this lovely valley. The woods have got some weird wildlife in them. We're not sure if they're goats or sheep. They're a bit strange. So if you decide to go toileting in them woods, be careful, because there's some rather savage looking beasties. So yeah, let's crack on. So the views just get better and better. Just little waterfalls, and look how the rocks have been cut out by the water. Really enjoying this second half at walk, I've got to say. Absolutely fabulous. It's just amazing. And it's going to sound really, really sad and weird. It's interesting seeing this first bit of man-made fence and walls for days. You sort of feel like you're coming back into civilization a bit. Plenty of logs here. Oh, over fence, just river.
Steep verge.
But yeah, this is just something very mystical and magical about all this. It's lovely out here. I'm even not minding the road. It's not quite as rocky as the others. It's nice underfoot. So yeah, let's get down to, I think Victoria Bridge is another hot spot to look at, so let's keep plodding on. So this is where we've walked from. We've come down past the lodge, full of very nice big 4x4 vehicles, all on the way out this morning hunting. Twats. So getting closer now. Still haven't found this bridge, and we did have some lovely gentlemen yesterday telling us we'd see salmon in this river, and there were loads of them in bottom, just laid on bottom. I think he's been pulling our plonkers, because we've looked and looked and looked. We hadn't even seen a bloody stickleback, never mind a salmon, and seen no. But apparently there's a bridge. Now we've passed 3 since then, and if you stand on it and look down, you just can't miss them. It's just huge. So maybe it's the next bridge, or maybe we're just very gullible. So we shall see. So we're cracking on a bit. We're going to stop at some point and have a drink. I'm going to say a bite to eat, but I think we're practically eating up of us easy stuff now, but we're not hungry. Hopefully get the drone up one last time if we find somewhere good. And we're just tootling his way in. But we're not in a rush today. We need the pub to be open, so we're not rushing too much. Looking forward to this. Onward. So another little bridge. Ooh. I think we've got more chance of platting piss than seeing out in there, mate. Is that gate shut? No, are we allowed through it?
Open bolt, but...
Yeah, let's go through it. I want a shoot up thing. That'll do. Just nice to see what's going on, isn't it? Again, lovely. All little parts of the walk. Whoa. Some force going down there. I'm just following the river. So we've just walked down this valley. I've got to say these last few days from Aviemore have been fantastic. Apart from the bad night up at Carobothy with the weather, the second half of the walk, absolutely 10 times better than first half at walk. But it's been generally a very good walk. I'm enjoying today. Poor Tony's feels like he's on GG reins because I'm making him walk slow, because old Cheddar is feeling it and he wants to stride out and get to the pub, and I just won't let him. But I think he also understands that I don't want to get there too early and be fed up waiting. And, you know, he's 30 years on me, bless him, and his legs are 3 miles longer than mine. But we're having a good, steady walk. I think we're both feeling good today.
Yeah.
Looking forward to some proper food.
So class bits in.
Yeah, so we'll crack on a bit further. So I've got to say, this is the walk with 1,000 bridges. There's loads, but over every bridge you get a stunning view. Loving this walk, absolutely loving it. As I say, I had my doubts going to Highlands, but it's more than excelled. The only thing is, these bridges have got very low walls and you lean over a bit and it nearly makes you want to wee. But absolutely beautiful. And when sun comes out, it's quite warm. It's been nice following this river all the way down from the waterfall where we stopped yesterday and took the drone footage, which I've got to say was probably my favourite spot of the walk. I right enjoyed that bit. So we'll get a bit further on. I can feel filter coffee coming on, fresh coffee, yay! So a couple of mile out of Blair now. I think we're 2 mile or 1 point something, 2-ish. And we're just slowly plodding in. Timing's going to be immense for us to be able to go to the pub. Sun's shining, it's glorious. What a lovely end to a walk. It's been all track for a while, but the views and the river and the tranquility has made this not as harsh as the first 3 days. To be fair, I think the first 3 days it was the weather on day 3 what destroyed us. So all in all, I think this walk's been fantastic. Just loving it. We're getting closer and closer to the end. Happy days. And my partner in crime's on his way up. There's doggies behind him. So yeah, it's been a good do. Oh, look who's come to meet us. Mrs B, Lozzie Lou, Winnie and Arnold. Oh my life. And oh wowza. Everybody's happy. Kiss Mrs B. Mwah. So, this is the end of our walk. I'll give you another little chat tonight when we get settled.
We've finished. We've got little Freddie. We've got Arnold, Ian. We've smashed it.
We've smashed it, done it.
Ooh.
And where's your badge?
Oh, it's my coat.
Oh, is it in your coat?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll show you his badges later.
See you soon.
So, this is the end of our journey. We're lucky to be back alive, thanks to the driver here, Lauren Baggins.
I've got him home.
She's got us home in one piece, but all dogs have been sick in the car. Me and Tony's been sick, and Mrs Baggins, well, she's just had a heart attack. So yes, we're stopping, Lauren, we're stopping. Just check. Lauren, good girl. So there you go, folks, the scariest drive ever. Right, summary of the East Highland Trail. Highly recommend the walk, it was brilliant. I think it was harder than I anticipated. I don't think it helped with all the tracks, the hard tracks on the feet, and the lack of insoles to Aviemore. From Aviemore to Corribothy, trying to find somewhere to camp is horrendous, and as you'll have seen from the video, we got caught out. So yeah, that was a bit of an experience, but generally thought it was fantastic. I think both me and Tony enjoyed it massively. I know Tony wants to do some more. I missed having Mrs B with me because my rucksack was never packed properly without her. She's just too bloody organised. So yes, I recommend it. It is hard. It's not undoable, but it's a lot of concrete track. Some great scenery, but we were battered with weather. Possibly, I think it was about day 3 we lashed it down, and that'd have been his best days for views, and we got 0 views because of weather. And then up to Corra, with really, really bad weather again to the Bothy. So unfortunately, the days when the views were the best, we had the worst of the weather. But yeah, good walk, really good walk. Really recommend it. Keep the weather out for wind. But yeah, enjoyed it. What can I say? Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. We keep saying it don't cost you out, but it does help with those. It also encourages us to do more if we think people like it and appreciate it. And if anybody's got any advice and tips on some of the questions in there, i.e. do you have bad days and do you struggle, please comment. It'd be nice to see people are actually engaging. Right, on that note, we'll see you on the next one, which will be the Peak Pilgrimage.